Good morning. I've woken up this morning with a very exciting realization. Well, I had it yesterday while I was walking. Whatever you focus on is your path. Wherever you put your focus, you put your whole power there, and you empower that thing to be your experience. Your life will unfold based purely on your focus. In the simplest terms, whatever you predominantly focus on, your life will look like that, your life will develop along those lines. And it has taken me so long to realize that. And I'm so excited to be talking to you now about this because this is really the key to drop inside yourself and think, gosh, what is my predominant focus? Honestly, really honestly, really be honest with yourself. This is no time to be lying to yourself. This is the time to just look inside and really, really see, oh my goodness, my focus is on whatever it is on. I used to focus outwardly. I used to focus on other people. I focused especially on my father and then, of course, on my husbands. Just waiting for them to love me back, waiting for them to look at me and go, oh my gosh, this is an amazing girl. And I was very, very busy trying to earn that love. Very busy trying to be that perfection. And of course, that was a real downward spiral. There's no way a person can live like that and be a fulfilled, happy person. I ended up being like just an empty shell. Nobody at home, just an empty void, because I had not fed myself. I had been feeding my father and other people who had come subsequently into my life. Just got me nowhere. So I got to a point where I realized this and I completely gave up focusing on them. It was tough because there was lots of back and forth. Obviously, my brain was programmed very, very strongly into this level of focus on other people. And so there was a dance for quite a long time in my life where I was literally transitioning from this state of being externally focused to being internally focused. And I still lose it sometimes. It's rare now, very rare actually. But I do sometimes lose it and focus outwardly. And it always gives me pain. It always feels wrong. So I focus on me now. And what I focus on is me in this moment and how I feel. Literally, that is it. And don't get me wrong, I plan every single day. I plan my life very, very, very intently and with great deliberation. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing in any given moment because my time is so important to me now. It's crucial what I do. So I am in an extremely deliberate structure in my day to ensure that I get stuff done and I'm looking after myself properly. So don't get me wrong. I say I'm focused on how I feel in the moment. That doesn't mean I'm like wafting around, just waiting and, I don't know, just wafting about. I'm extremely deliberate. And I'm no longer that person who was focused externally, thinking, how can I please this person? What can I do? And just not even realizing how empty I was inside. And I was literally scared to be alone. I was scared to be single. I was just scared of that empty void that was deep down inside me. There was just nobody there. I was abandoning myself, just like my father was abandoning his daughter on a daily basis. I was abandoning his daughter as well. I was his daughter and I was just abandoning myself. And then I learned to focus on that emptiness, and I began to listen to it. This took years and years and years. I think, to be honest, I first woke up to it in about 2007. I'll talk more about that in another video. And I began to listen to myself, and I began to ask myself a very important question, which was, what do you need? What do you need? What do I need? And as I started to really listen and then take action for myself, my life actually started to change. It's gone from being incredibly pared back, living on the breadline, living in a council block. I mean, literally living hand to mouth. And it's now I have passive income. I've created many different things for myself, and I'll talk more about that in another video as well. But yeah, it's actually focusing on myself has helped me to become successful. And now I can honestly say I actually love being on my own. I'm totally happy to be completely alone. I'm so busy listening receptively to my own open heart and literally downloading what I receive, taking it seriously, planning my days, planning my weeks, planning my life, feeling so exhilarated just because I'm alive and just because I've finally tapped into the only thing that works, which is me listening to me and me looking after me and me making sure I am okay. And that's deep. That's really deep. That's making sure you get a good night's sleep. That's making sure you have some kind of good income. That's so deep, and there's so many levels to it. But you've got to start now, right now. Listen to yourself. Ask yourself questions like, how are you right now? How do you feel? How do you feel? Stop. Just stop. Stop and breathe. Breathe into yourself. Just breathe. Just listen. Find out who you are. Who are you? What do you really want? What do you really need right now? And realize that you have probably been focusing externally. And understand why. Understand why in the most compassionate way. Understand why have you been focusing externally? What is it that you have been needing to fill up yourself with? What is it? And predominantly you'll find that it's love. And honestly, the most important thing you need to learn to do is how to love you. And turn that focus inward. Turn that focus inside yourself. And start to fill that void. This is not selfishness. Honestly, this is not narcissism. This is self-love. This is power. This is absolute power. Because your focus is your path. Wherever you focus, your life will follow. Your life will unfold depending on your focus. And if you don't love yourself, and if you're focused outside of yourself, you're giving all of that away. So bring it in. Love yourself. Breathe. Listen to yourself, maybe for the very first time. Listen to yourself. Calm down. Stop. Be. And start to live.